The Legend of Korra is the follow-up series to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and this year, during the pandemic quarantine of COVID-19 here in 2020, Avatar has had a renaissance. Avatar: The Last Airbender hit Netflix back in May, and it has been one of the top 10 shows on Netflix ever since. It's been a really positive story. Netflix has a live-action series on the way. The only thing I'll say about that is, as I'm recording this, the two original creators of the show have now backed out of that. So, slightly bad news, but later this week, the follow-up series, The Legend of Korra, is going to be dropping on Netflix as well. So hopefully this Avatar renaissance continues, and what better time to check out the board game companion to Season 1 of The Legend of Korra. It's The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena. Listen, if Harry Potter has got Quidditch, then Korra in the world of Avatar has got pro bending. It's a mix of dodgeball, pro wrestling, and Street Fighter, and you know what? The creators of the show have even said they were inspired by the 1920s, 30s era of boxing. So you even get some 1920s radio guy voice! Oh my god, are we doing this? Let's see if we can read the entire game description as a really bad 1920s radio guy. Based on the fan-favorite Nickelodeon animated series, The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena is a two-player competition of wits, tricks, and speed as players take control of Republic City's favorite sport! Focusing on the rivalry between the Future Industries Fire Ferrets and the White Falls Wolfbats, The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena has two players each taking control of a team, drafting card decks for their benders, then playing cards to place elemental tokens around the board in an effort to overwhelm their opponent. As in the show, pro bending matches are a game of push and pull, with an objective toward being the team that has either advanced the furthest forward or completely knocked their competitors out of the ring! The gameplay of The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena is closely modeled after the popular pro bending sport featured in the first season of Avatar: The Legend of Korra. As such, the game is designed for two players, each controlling a team of three benders: Earth, Fire, and Water. Slight spoilers for you, there is no air represented. If you are familiar with the previous show, The Last Airbender, it's only 70 years past the timeline of that show, so airbenders have not proliferated through the world of Avatar yet, so you do not have enough airbenders to be featured in the Pro Bending Arena, but wouldn't it be cool if you did? So this is an IDW game. They actually launched this as a Kickstarter. I mentioned that earlier. So there ended up being a few different versions of this game that are currently out on the market. I currently have the base game, The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena. I also have the expansion, which we'll possibly cover in a future review, which is the Amon expansion. But if you were to go and look it up on Amazon, Amazon.com, you could find the Deluxe Edition. Now, the Deluxe Edition features everything that was in the Kickstarter, and that is a lot of stuff. It's more than just the two teams that I mentioned. You get more of the statues, you get more of the player cards, and as you're seeing it on the screen right now, it lists as mystery teams. I don't know if you can hear my son in the background spitting as he's watching Incredibles 2. But hopefully that ends up in this video. Now, you have the cards that come with the game. You can see them right there. That is the poster card that came with it. You would have gotten the Rabaroos if you get the deluxe pack. You also could get the other team, the Borcupines. You have some more rule breaker packs, more advanced cards. Day 6, you get a character that is introduced in Season 2 of The Legend of Korra. I don't want to do spoilers for that. Day 7, you were able to get the rule breaker pack, more cards. My son is just losing his mind. Day 8, you got the Amon Invasion. I have this. This is a full separate side kit that was released with the game as a separate pack. But if you were to get the Kickstarter, you would have gotten this if you had donated. Tiger Dillos came on Day 9. Day 10, more rule breakers. Day 11, you got the Buzzard Wasp. Day 12, more cards. Day 13, you would have ended up with Kuvera, who gets introduced in Season 3, has a big role in Season 4. No spoilers there. Day 15, you would have got the Water Tribe with Unalaq as the leader. So you get a bunch of cool teams and a lot of cool world building that came from the Legend of Korra world. Alright, so that's it. That's the Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena. So should you get this game, if you're a fan of Avatar The Last Airbender and you liked the Legend of Korra follow-up series, if you like the idea of a sort of dodgeball, Street Fighter, pro wrestling style game, it's really kind of a smooth play. In fact, it felt like 90s tabletop edition of Street Fighter rules, if that makes any sort of sense to anybody out there. I highly recommend this game. I would try to get the deluxe edition if you could, just so you can get all the different pieces that came with the Kickstarter. I found that on Amazon. You could also get this directly from IDW Games, where they have the standard edition and the expansion Amon Invasion. So, you know, if you're a Korra fan, dive into this, check it out. It's a fun board game, and I think the more that two players play together, the better you'll end up being, and it should be a lot of fun. Check it out. The Legend of Korra Pro Bending Arena from IDW Games.